What's up guys, Donnie here. Today I will be testing, installing, and reviewing this seemingly random pile of manufactured rubber with adhesive on it. It is made specifically for my Tesla Model Y, also for the Tesla Model 3, but this one is specifically for sound reduction, sound dampening for the Tesla Model Y. It has a bunch of other features, but that's the main selling point for this product. So I got this pretty cheaply on Amazon. It was about $30. It's supposed to lessen the noise in the cabin of your Tesla Model Y. Now that's not to say that Tesla is a very loud machine to drive in. In my opinion, it's the exact opposite. Because it's so quiet and there's no engine to give you that white noise effect in the car, you pretty much hear everything else much louder than you normally would. So really this kit is to lessen the noise from outside the car going into the car. So really, to get a good baseline for this product, I'm gonna go drive the car without the product installed, and I'm gonna have a sound decibel meter to monitor while I'm driving from one point to the next, and then we'll compare it to after we install this product in the car and see how much quieter it is, if it does get quieter at all. Do keep in mind that I'm not affiliated in any way with this product. I don't have, I'm gonna put links in the description down below in regards to buying the product, but I do not make anything from it. I did not get this item for free. I did buy it with my own money because I wanted to try it and I wanted to see how it works. So we're at about a whisper, anywhere from 35 to 40 without my voice, okay? So let's go ahead and drive and see how it goes. No music on for this drive, just the sound of the car and any sounds from outside. Once in a while you'll hear a baby, but we're gonna ignore that. On this fairly calm stretch of road, it looks like it's averaging about 60 to 70 decibels. This road's a little bumpy. It looks like it's averaging about 75 decibels. Okay, we're finally getting to some roads where we have some cars. A lot of the noise from earlier seems to be mostly cabin noise. So it looks like during the trip it was averaging 59.5 decibels and maxed out around 84.7 decibels. Let's see, the app says that's anywhere from a quiet office to a busy street. So that's a pretty good base case. We'll look at this again from going here to the house. Alright, so we're done testing without the sound dampener. Time to install it. The actual installation video is very straightforward, very easy to follow. There are a few things that I found a little bit confusing, and I will be slowing down the video and explaining it as I go. Otherwise, it's easy to just follow the actual instruction video if you decide to get this product. So one thing that's not really obvious in the video, the installation video, is how to install the A-pillar onto the front door on both sides. There on this piece of plastic, you'll see that there's an edge here. What you actually want to do is align this edge here with the actual edge of the doorway here, so that when you close it, this piece on the left will actually be sitting along the edge on this panel. So this, the backing, the adhesive is going to be on the very edge of the actual door frame. So this area, this whole slit right here will actually be covered. For the adhesive I put on the A-pillar, I also had it run along the top dark portion of the outside mirror here, so that it goes all the way to the edge up here. When you close it all the way, this area is not covered if you were to stop here, which some people might do. So I had it run all the way, and it seems to seal pretty nicely here. You can actually, I don't think you can see it on the video, but you can see it very, you can see the piece of rubber here. I trimmed it there with a scissors because it was kind of poking out. Another thing in the installation that you might find confusing is when they mention the holes here for where the water comes out of the frame, because this thing, the water actually goes inside of it. So what they want you to do is they want you to cut out a piece of this portion here so that the water is able to freely come out of the door frame. So there's two slots. There's one here on the edge. It's going to be on all the doors. One on the very outer side and one on the inside. They're very easy to see. You just pretty much find the holes. And then what I did to make it a little easier is before I started installing it this time, the first time I started installing it before cutting it, I estimate where it's going to go. And then I used an X-Acto knife or a box cutting knife to score the area of where it's going to be. And then I'm going to cut it off. I'll show you how to do that specifically because it's actually a little difficult. So the guy in the installation video, all he had were scissors, but I found it kind of hard with the pair of scissors I have. It's a little bit duller. So what I did was I scored the areas. I actually want to cut a little further into the rubber itself, just enough to make an opening, and then from there just enough to make an opening where you can slide the scissors in to the hole and start cutting it with scissors. Because usually the edge of the scissors is not very sharp from overuse. There we go. And you just want to create an opening like that. And cut all the way through to the other side. You don't want to cut it all the way. I'm just using the inner edge of the scissors to cut partially into the rubber here. Oh, shit. This one's a little more difficult on the inside because you're already placing the rubber on it, and you kind of have to navigate the scissors in somehow, but at least this one's fairly simple. There you go. There. So you want to make a hole just like this. Hard to see. There you go. To allow the water to go through. Frunk is probably the easiest one to install. I did something a little special with this one because the edges are pointing up and there's actually a hole in the edge. It's not closed off. Even though there are small perforations throughout the whole thing, I made a bigger hole just at the bottom where this would be if the hood was closed, so that the water would be able to filter out. I didn't want it to stagnate in there. Just mostly peace of mind. It would probably be okay, especially because, you know, once you open it, it'll drain back out anyway. But I wanted to make an access hole just in case. Also for the trunk was a little more complicated only because of all the corners here. So I actually cut it here, and there's another small piece here, and then I continue along to the other edge, which goes all the way around to here. And then you can see it cuts off here, and there's another piece here by itself, and then continues all the way to the edge. That should be okay since there's an opening there, because it'll drain out on this side, so that should be okay. Okay guys, now we're gonna do the same trip but with the sound dampeners installed. So that was a trip to Target. Here you see the minimum 34.5, maximum 85, average 70.5. I have to check to see the trip length because a lot of the minimum here is waiting for the stop signs and stop lights. In this case, we got here really quickly, so I'm gonna have to review that real quick. This does seem pretty high for an average. You'll see the before on the left and the after on the right. If you focus strictly on the average, you'll see that the before is actually about 4 to 5 decibels lower than after installing it. So this was very confusing to me. I realized that in the before footage, I had several traffic stops that I had to wait through, and that lowered the average significantly. And couple that with how long it took me to get out of my driveway while getting the footage ready, I did not reset the decibel reader. So there was a lot of time there lowering the average. The readings from the app really confused me because I noticed that after installing the sound dampener, the sound level from outside of the car was much lower. It was a very significant amount that I noticed it immediately after I started driving, to the point where it was weird because all of the cars around me were so quiet. So while the app is seeing that the maximum and the minimum is basically the same, and if you were to look at the graphs, they are very identical, there is a big difference in what you can hear inside the car. Well, there you have it, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. I bought this because I was really curious about how it would work. I saw that it was very easy to install. It was also relatively cheap considering what it did. There were a lot of features for this product that I didn't get to test myself, like the waterproofing of the inside area, or the wind noise that unfortunately was not around when I tested the product, and it hasn't been since I installed it, so it's really difficult to get a good reading on it. But there are a lot of other features in there in this product. Go check it out on the Amazon website. I'll put in the links down below. To let me know in the comments if you guys are thinking of getting it, or if you've already installed it, if it's been a big difference maker for you. I realize that this is going to be a game changer if you are inside of the car while you're charging at the Tesla supercharger. You're going to be in theater mode in there, it's going to be really nice not having to hear all the traffic around you while you're watching Netflix or YouTube or something else. Please like and subscribe. It'll really help the channel out. Tap that like button, tap that subscribe button, and tap that notification bell. Really help the channel out. Please check out the links down below if you haven't entered the stock market. Robinhood will give you 1 free stock when you sign up. Webull will give you 4 free stocks worth up to $1,600 when you deposit $100 or more, and M1 Finance will also give you a $10 credit when you deposit $100 or more. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye bye.